And a very good evening, brothers and sisters of the pipe. Captain Burley Slice reporting for duty, and it is story time on a Monday evening. And I have a dandy of a good story. As you saw in the title, I'm probably going to title it I Found One in the Wild. And what I'm talking about is a pipe smoker here in rural West Virginia. I don't get the opportunity, the good fortune to meet a lot of people just by happenstance smoking a pipe while I'm out and about. But yesterday that happened, and it was quite a fun experience. I'm going to tell you about it here. We're smoking some 8 State Burley in the Merchant Service Lavatt. And about a perfect after work smoke. So I had a little bit of free time yesterday and decided to go fishing for a little bit. And I'm having a good time. I'm catching some fish. The weather's perfect. The water was up a little bit, but it was clear. And I'm having a blast. My dad calls me. And, he was very ill last year, was pretty much bedridden most of the year, was not able to do any fishing. This year, he's able to hobble around on a cane a little bit, and he was actually able to come down and hang out with me for a little bit. And as he come down, he got to see me catch a big bass, and it was like a great experience. And then on our way out, I was walking him to his car. At the top of the boat ramp, the boat loading ramp, there was a family, 3 generations of people, and they were there fishing. And the older gentleman I saw had a pipe. And so, me being me, I've never met a stranger. I go up to the worthy gentleman. I said, what you smoking there? And he looked at me and he said, this is tobacco. Like I was insinuating he was smoking something else. And I said, well, I'm glad to hear that. I said, I'm a pipe smoker as well. And I went into it and told him that, I do stuff with pipe smoking. I talk about it on the internet and stuff. And this gentleman goes by the name of Shorty, 75 years young, and just as spry as they come. I was just blown away. Very lively guy, and he's been smoking for 59 years. He said that when pale males went up to 25 cents a pack, he switched to the pipe to save money and has not looked back. This gentleman told me, he said, I smoke my pipe like people smoke cigarettes. So he is a codger through and through. I asked him what he was smoking, and he wasn't even sure. His wife was purchasing a lot of the tobacco for him, and I had some stuff with me in my car, and I said, you want me to pack your pipe with something? I said, I got some Virginia slices with me. He's like, I've had Virginia, and I showed him the slices. He said, well, I've never seen this. What is this? Just a regular old codger, And I said, this was pressed into a plug, like plug tobacco. And being in West Virginia, everyone's familiar with plug chewing tobacco. And I said, then the block of plug was sliced, and those slices are called flakes. And I was telling him why I like it and how you prepare it and stuff. So we got his pipe lit up, and I said, how long are you going to be here? I said, I live just right up the road. I could grab you some tobacco to try. And he said, well, if you're bringing tobacco, I'll wait until tomorrow if I have to. He was eager to get some. So I ran up the road. Well, before I went, I asked him, I said, how many pipes you got? He said, I probably got 9 or 10. I was like, would you like another pipe? He said, well, yeah, if you're giving out pipes, I'll take one. And so I went home, threw some tobacco together for him to try. And the little Grabo, the little Dr. Grabo, and the K Woody that I got from the antique mall that had that cool story associated with it, I gave them both to him and a bunch of tobacco, and he was tickled pink to get it. And it was quite awesome to be able to give some tobacco, some pipes away to a very nice gentleman who has been smoking pipes a lot longer than any of us probably, right? Someone in here is going to be like, well, I've been smoking longer. And I've spoken to a few of you that's really smoked for a long time. And I think it's so cool. It's been years since I've randomly met a pipe smoker around these parts. And this guy was from about an hour away. So he doesn't live in the, exact area, but close enough by. And I just wanted to share that story with all of you guys. Tell me your stories down below in the comments. You guys, most of you live in denser, populated areas, and the chances of coming across someone smoking a pipe are far greater than me. But let me know what you've come across in the wild. I come across one, I've been the first one in a few years, and was able to actually get him some pipes and tobacco together. And I was honored to be able to do that. It's been a long Monday getting this work week started. I'm going to leave you with a something I've been meditating on today. A lot of stuff's going on, and don't lose sight of what you have and what's available, because it's not the optimum thing you desire, right? I'm a hopeless romantic, and sometimes I get lost in my own head and dwell on the way I wish things were, instead of focusing on the way things are and navigating my choices through that lens. And just a reminder to anyone else that might find themselves in the same shoes as me, don't miss out on anything because things are not exactly the way you want them. Sometimes there's stuff outside of your control and you have to navigate it, no matter what it is. And if you would like it to be better or not, it doesn't change anything. With that, I'm heading out of here, guys. Captain Burley Slice signing off. Until next time.